Hello everyone, welcome to the Concern Podcast, where we unpack political, social, economic, and cultural stories shaping our world. I am Emmanuel Taban. Now, all heads of states and government across the African continent have convened in Addis Ababa, the capital of Ethiopia, which is also the headquarters of the African Union, for the 39 ordinary summit of heads of states of the African Union. And just like I've said, all heads of state, that is presidents and prime ministers, are right now in Addis Ababa for the 39 ordinary summit of heads of state. And the president of the Republic of South Sudan, His Excellency Salva Kiir, is part of that summit. He traveled to Addis Ababa a couple of days ago, and he was accompanied by a delegation from South Sudan. And in that delegation include his own daughter, that is Addis Salva Kiir, who is the senior presidential envoy on special program. In that delegation also is the Minister of Foreign Affairs, that is Simaya Mande Kumba, and the Minister of Presidential Affairs, that is Africano Mande, and other individuals, of course. While in Addis Ababa, something very strange happened with the President of the Republic of South Sudan. In fact, here are the pictures of the President of the Republic, Salva Kiir, leaving Juba for Addis Ababa. And here are the pictures of the President arriving in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. And here are the pictures of the president while in the summit, that is in Addis Ababa, while in the process of the summit. And during that summit, he delivered a speech. So here are the pictures there while in the summit and while delivering a speech. Ladies and gentlemen, while in Addis Ababa, something very strange happened when the president was delivering a speech. And when the president was delivering the speech, you could see that it was an embarrassing moment. That the president was unable to read the speech properly, he was unable to pronounce word properly, and that even when he was reading the speech, the address, you could easily see in the video that the whole room was not even paying attention to his speech. People seems to be busy doing their other things, lots of commotion, and there appears to be completely no interest by other members in that room being given to the president. And I feel that was so embarrassing. In fact, before we continue, let's look at the video which has the address of the President of the Republic of South Sudan, Salva Kiir, while in Ethiopia. This is the speech, or this is the address that he gave. Let's look at it.
It is with great honor to be here once more and to join you today to discuss continental matters. Excellency Chair, I want to begin by congratulating the members of the AU Executive Council, and I want to endorse the consensus in their 48th ordinary session. I equally congratulate the members.
Look at that moment. That was a very, very embarrassing moment there by the president. One, the president was accompanied by a delegation. His own daughter, Addis Salva Kiir, was there. The Minister of Foreign Affairs, the Minister of Presidential Affairs, they were all there. But they were not able to make the president look presentable, deliver a very good speech that can actually be respected. One thing I think we must know is that a president is a head of state. A president is a leader of a country. And therefore, a president is a representation of a nation. When a leader of a country speaks on international platform, whether being in the United Nations or the African Union or any other international platform, it means a lot. It means that that leader is there not for his own, but representing an entire nation. And therefore, when a president is unable to deliver a speech on an international platform, when a president is unable to pronounce what, when a president appears to be very shaky, when a president gives an address and there appears to be no one giving an address, that means that what he is delivering does not make sense or does not even resonate with the majority of people in that room. And if any act of embarrassment emerges from that instance, it does not only affect the president or the delegation that has accompanied the president to that international platform, but that embarrassment comes to the entire nation. It comes to the entire nation. So that moment at Africa Union in Addis Ababa was so embarrassing, and that it clearly tells us the kind of leaders that we have. It clearly tells us the kind of a country that we are having right now. A very, very shocking and embarrassing moment. An entire president of a country unable to read properly, unable to pronounce word properly, unable to frame, connect his words in a most attractive manner. I mean, to me, that was embarrassing. And I feel that the delegation that accompanied the president, the team that did the entire preparation for the president's speech, and how the whole entire process of crafting the speech and practicing, the mechanism in which he used to deliver the speech, I think they have let the president down, and they have let South Sudanese down. They have let the entire country down. That was a very embarrassing moment, according to me. And if this was in other countries, that are very restrictive, that are very strict, the following morning, some of the members in that delegation would be fired, because they have let an embarrassment descend in the entire country. That moment was an embarrassment, a huge, huge, huge embarrassment. And sometimes I think people have to learn the importance of delegating. I mean, South Sudan is one of the countries blessed with various and so many vice presidents. If the president feels he's not confident, if the president feels he's not prepared, if the president feels he's not ready, why not delegate? Why not give one of the vice president, just like what he did during the United Nations General Assembly, where he sent Vice President Josephine Lago to represent. He could as well choose another chairperson. I mean, another deputy president. Could be Taban Dengai or Waniiga or Mamanyan Deng, just to go and represent him, to go and represent the entire country. That would have been better. It would have saved that embarrassment. One of the qualities of a good leader is having the ability to delegate his powers. You don't have to appear necessarily. And I think that the delegation would have learned that. So we are making a repeat of mistakes. And this is not the first time that the president has made the same mistakes. Every time he goes to international platforms, he let the country down. And I don't blame the president entirely. The entire process can be put to the team that drafted the speech, that does the preparation and everything. That is a big problem, and that goes to the entire team. That was not an exciting moment at all. It was an embarrassment. The moods in the room, the level of attention that is being drafted away from being given to the president address, I mean, that was extraordinary. That was uncalled for. An entire head of state cannot address an assembly and there seems to be no one paying attention. That does not make any sense. And I feel that the delegation has let the president down and it has let South Sudanese down. And that they have to account for that moment. When the president returns to Juba, I feel that that moment needs to be replayed and a decision has to be taken, because that is not just an embarrassment for the delegation, it's not an embarrassment for the president, but for the entire nation. Thank you. Before we close today's episode, here's a quick message from our sponsor, Wanit.co. If you've been planning to build a website, but the cost has been holding you back, Wanit.co makes it affordable and stress-free this time around. Whether you are an individual, a non-profit organization, or a business, Wanit.co designs professional websites starting from as cheap as $250. Individuals can actually launch with a starter website of up to 7 pages and a free email, or choose an advanced option with unlimited pages, a professional portfolio, and branding support. For non-profit organizations, they can select flexible packages from basic websites to premium solutions with e-commerce features and ongoing support. And for business companies, Wanit.co delivers company-ready website with hosting, staff training, and multi-link options and online stores. And the best part of it is actually that you can build your dream website within your budget. Wanit.co is an affordable, accessible, and professional partner. And to get started, you can actually visit Wanit.co or email them at info@wanit.co, or you can get in touch with them through their WhatsApp number at +1 226 504 3322. Wanit.co, proudly affiliated with Jobs to Apply. And if you're wondering of what I'm talking about, here are some samples of website created by Wanit.co. You can see them right here.